This is Mr. Hare coming from my house to yours. And this week in science, we're going to be looking at observing and investigating the position and motion of objects. That means where things are and how they move. And to help us do that, we're going to take a look at ramps. Now, before I have Mr. Giant Hands or Mr. Big Hands help us out with this, we're going to take a look at a video that one of the teachers at Spring Creek Elementary, Mr. Nguyen, made, and it's talking all about ramps. And always when you're moving, and Mr. Hare had to move quite a bit when he was a kid. We moved to, I think, 7 different schools because of my dad's job, and we always had to move to different houses. We were going upstairs and downstairs. It was so heavy, it was hard to do. And we decided, you know what? We need a ramp because it's too heavy to carry these boxes up and down the stairs. We need a ramp. What does a ramp look like? Well, it's not like stairs, it's like this. So you can push and roll things a lot easier. It makes it so much easier to carry things. So we see ramps all over the place. We see ramps in work. People use them in work. People use them for a little bit of everything. And here we see what is an example of a slope. And you know what? We're going to let Mr. Big Hands or Mr. Giant Hands take over here. And let's take a look at what he has to say. You know what? We're going to test how motion works. We're going to make a ramp because right now, Mr. Giant Hands or Mr. Big Hands is pointing to a surface. It's a flat surface. And things really don't move on their own on a flat surface. To have motion, and that's when things move, you need some kind of force. Push it, Mr. Big Hands, push it. Push it. Okay, there you go. He used force, he pushed it. Push the car, Mr. Big Hands. There we go. He used force to push it. He gave them motion. Yep. All right. But you know what? If you want gravity to take over and provide force and provide motion, you can build a ramp. Because what a ramp does, it gives you a slope. So we saw the car move just a little bit. Just a little bit. The ball may move just a little. Ooh, yeah, it does move. The force, the slope, gave gravity a chance to pull the ball down. And so, the ball had motion. The car had a little bit of motion. But what happens when you change the surface? What happens when you put a material that has friction? See how the car didn't move very much? There's friction on that surface. It's rough. It's not smooth. And the ball moved a little bit more, but the friction kept it from moving as far as it could go or would go. So, Mr. Big Hands, what are you doing? I don't think he's happy. He wants to do more. He's... Oh, I know what he's doing. He's changing the slope. He's making it taller. He's making the incline more. Yes, okay, well, go ahead and do it. I think he wants to test to see if it makes a change in the way the car... Oh, look! It's going further. It went a longer distance, longer. Because the slope was higher. There was more of a slope. And so you had greater motion. The force of gravity made it pull and go quicker. He didn't even have to push it. Mr. Big Hands, are you happy? I guess not. He's going to try with the ball. Oh, look at that. Oh, it went a lot farther than the other slope. Okay, Mr. Big Hands. I can see. Oh, he's marking it. He wants to show, right? Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Big Hands. You know what? I will bet he's going to make another one. What do you think? I'll bet you he is. Look at that. There he goes. There he goes. He's going to... Oh, hey, Mr. Big Hands, are you going to make another slope, a higher slope? Oh, no, he's changing the surface, making it with friction. Okay. It went shorter. It did not go as far. Okay, mark it with the tape. Thank you, Mr. Big Hands. Yeah, we can see the difference. We can see the difference, yeah. Okay, Mr. Big Hands, the ball. Okay, he has to do the ball. He's just not satisfied. Okay, so there we see the ball went a little bit further. It even went back. Yeah, we can see that, Mr. Big Hands. I'm going to speed Mr. Big Hands up because the live class is in just a minute. Okay, I think he's going to make the slope even higher. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, Mr. Big Hands has increased the slope. It's higher. And the car goes further. It goes a further distance on that smoother surface. So, gravity, force, motion, the slope, when it changes how far the objects will go. It changes their motion. So yes, we can see that, Mr. Big Hands. I'll bet you he does the ball next. What do you think? We'll find out. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, there was a change there. Okay, let's see what happens. Thank you, Mr. Big Hands. Change the surface. Let's put some friction on that and see what happens. There we go. We'll get the rough surface. Yeah. I'll bet you it changes it. Is that your prediction? What is your prediction? What do you think will happen? Yep, it changed, didn't it? Let's go and take a look. We'll see the difference. Where the car is and where the other tape was. So there's where the car went this time with friction, and there's where it went without friction from that slope. Slope and friction really change the motion of objects. We'll do the ball, and yeah, well, a little bit. That rug kind of stops things. That rug is a whole lot of friction. And so, thank you, Mr. Big Hands. You can give us a thumbs up, Mr. Big Hands, if you're happy, if you're finished. Okay, thank you, Mr. Big Hands. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Wait, bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, so in this video, we saw how friction and motion the motion is affected by different things, by force, by slope, by gravity, by force. Different things change the way things move. So motion changes with the different things that are applied to it. It changes with the kind of force. And slopes are what makes ramps affect that motion. And the surface. If it changes, if there's friction on the surface, the motion changes. I'm going to put my hand into motion and wave bye to you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Be safe, be healthy, be here. Bye-bye.